Hello, my friends. This is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with the flip through for the Sweet Yvonne Journal. I wanted to do the flip through, obviously, before I get this in the mail. It's a pretty complex process from the United States to the Netherlands, so I'm hoping that my post office people will be graceful and help me figure it all out. So this is a swap journal. So Yvonne lives in the Netherlands, and her and I agreed quite some time ago to do a journal swap because she really wanted a journal of mine, and I don't typically ship internationally. So we decided to go ahead and do a swap, and then that way she gets a journal that's in my style and I get a journal that's in her style. So I'm super excited about this. She is a 3 signature journal. She is a chunky monkey, as you can see, stuffed full of beautiful, beautiful textile accents, and we've got some beads here on the bottom, which I'll show you here in a second a little bit closer. She wanted some mixed media flavor to her journal, so I didn't introduce as much inside the journal as I would have liked, because I always go overboard in my pre-making of my ephemera, and so but I am including a goodie bag of some of my other mixed media things that I've made, and so hopefully that will suffice. But I did do a mixed media cover, so let me go ahead and reveal her. So this is just an elastic lace that's kind of wide-ish. How wide is this? Yeah, it's about 2 1/4 inches wide, so it's perfect. It stretches, it holds up really well, and all of that. So there we go. Let's just go ahead and take that off. So this is the cover. So the roses there in the middle are a clay mold that I have. I've used it many times before because I really love that 3-dimensional aspect. So I'll show you this from the side. So you can see it's a little bit thick. It is attached with E6000, so it should not come off. Underneath, we have a piece of chipboard that I just covered with a piece of vintage paper. And then I put the same lace, this lace, on top of it. And then this is a piece of corrugated cardboard, which I stenciled on with texture paste. And obviously a lot of it is covered over, so you can't see, but you can see the effect there. Just really, really rough and grungy and beautiful. And then I had this little handle in my drawer, and I thought, how perfect. Just a little bit of a touch of whimsy there with that metal bit. Now I did come over it with some of the yellow wax or gold wax, I can't remember which one, as well as I did come over this and hit the tops of all of that texture to capture that. So everything else is pretty plain on the journal in terms of cover, back, and side. So it does have a hidden spine. So it's attached in the middle here. I sew the signatures into the hidden spine, and then I glue the hidden spine into the actual journal cover, and it is very, very tight in there, and it worked out really well. So you can see I do have a nice space in between of them. That allows for all that bulk that you're seeing right there. So my rule when I create journals is I allow a 1-inch spine for every signature. So a 3-signature journal would have 3-inch spine. So that's what she looks like opened up. And the way that I do my journals, I really, let me show you the dangles before we move on. Sorry. It's heavy. She's big. So there's all of her little charms. We got a little purse, a crystal rose, a little diamond thing, pink, and some green beads. This is Tim Holtz's little sparkly bit, and then the Y for Yvonne. So let's go ahead, and I want to show you how she opens up. Because of the way that I bind them, they just kind of flap open. It's really, really beautiful. So you can see it just is very floppy. Let me get that back into camera. Sorry. It's a big journal. So it gets really floppy, and it just kind of goes like this. Really, really easy to move the pages. Now, this is very stuffed full. It will be challenging for her to write in it, but that's why I like to have a lot of removable writing space so that a person can just take those pieces out, journal on them, write on them, take their notes, put pictures, whatever they want to do, and then just stick it back into the pocket. So she's a lot chunkier than I had planned, but I had so much beautiful ephemera for this journal that I made, and I wanted to be able to have her have all of it. So let's flip to the front. So I made an accordion pocket here. I did not put anything in there. I thought I would leave that for her. Plus, I didn't have any room, but I needed to cover the inside covers because I got some wrinkling of the paper and I didn't like that. So just full disclosure, I did improvise a little bit. So, and then we struggle to find our purpose. Maybe it's as simple as doing what we love over and over. I love that. A lot of the images are from Ruby and Pearl. I also used a lot of chapter 1 papers in this journal. If you go back to some of the playlists, you should find all of the digitals that I used. As you can see, we've got lace on every few pages. Basically, we've got lace on the edges of every few pages, which is really delicious. So this is just a page, no pocket or anything. We've got, this is not a pocket, it's just decorative, but this is, I learned this from which craft do you do, which as in WHICH, as in which one will you choose? I always like to preface that it's not the other which, but this is a pole pocket. So sorry for the angle here, but then this card pulls out because that ribbon is run underneath. Let me see if I can move this out again. Sorry, you're going to see my body. My apologies. There we go. Not too bad. And then you just stuff it down, but it's got this pull that is run underneath that card on the inside of the pocket. So just a really fun, and it's a big card in there. It's almost as wide as the pocket itself. Got some vellum. I love using vellum in my journals. And then we have this one, which is a flip pocket piece of ephemera. It looks like I've got some parchment still in there. Let me pull that out. Come on out. You're done. Oh no, that's the, wait a minute. What is that? Hold the fort. It's been a while since oh, that's actually on there. Oh, that's because this is a belly band. So I forget what I create. So it flips out like this. We've got writing space. That's a pocket. And that's a flip out. This is a pocket. And then under here, we have a belly band. I didn't put anything in there. She can add to it if she'd like. But that is that. I completely forget sometimes what I've made and how they actually function. So beware, this is probably going to be a longer video because I do want you to see everything. Now I do have one page I'll talk about that is not as functional as I would have liked because I didn't think about how I had constructed it. So when I glued it in, it's not good, and I'm going to have to share with her the workaround for using that stuff. And once it was glued down, I could not take it back up because I had already bound everything into the spine. So there we go. So I did some stenciling on the back of that. We've got a piece of coffee dyed paper. I like to do stitching around my pages, not all of them. We've got another piece of vellum. And then this is a page from Ruby and Pearl. Beautiful, beautiful. Another one. This is actually from chapter 1. I found this punch in my stash and I just love it. It's like a butterfly. And I feel like I need to move forward, guys. I feel like that's too far away. There we go. And then we've got on this side, I'll need to retie that. We've got this accordion pocket like that. So we've got a few spaces to stick stuff in. Again, this journal is so full. I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to have to tie that off before I ship it, but it just ties here on the center. I didn't make it a tuck or anything, again, because the journal was already so chunky. This is a seamless page pocket. I've done that. I did that on the channel. So and when you take the stuff out, you can't really, it's hard to see that there's a seam there. And so then I've got a couple of beautiful tags that stuff in there as well. And then we've got a cluster over here. Again, this is just glued on. I just did it for decorative purposes. This is a copy of my own mixed media paper. And so I wanted to introduce that into the journal. I do have it doubled and 2 pages in a row, unfortunately, but that's quite all right. This is an envelope flip. And so what I did with this one is I just glued the flap down to here, and then it flips like this, and it's got, I'm not going to open everything because it would take me forever, but it's got a pocket. This is a writing space that pulls out. It's an envelope. Its base is an envelope. So let's see if we can get that back on there. There we go. And then we've got a stuffed pocket here, and then we've got another pocket here. I put this pocket on here because I didn't want this duplicated too much, because again, I put 2 of those pages in a row, which was a mistake, or how it ended up working out was not what I had planned. So we've got lots of beautiful quotes. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting 2 bodies. And people ask me about these quotes. The person who sold it to me on Etsy no longer has a shop, so I cannot link it. So, yeah, and so then this one is also a stuffed belly band, I believe. So we pull all this out, and we've got a cluster on the belly band. It's a double pocket. So it's got this area. So let me try that again. This is a pocket. Okay, and then this is the belly band. So these beautiful pieces can go right through under the belly band itself. So that's really fun with all that seam binding sticking out so beautifully. Why is this not going in? Oh, because I'm going into the pocket. It's got to go under here. There we go. So beautiful. I am so pleased with how this turned out. I hope that she's going to love it. I can't imagine that she wouldn't. We do have some writing space, and as I mentioned, it's going to be challenging to write in here. She may choose to write and glue it in, or put pictures or something. I'm not sure what she's going to do. It's something that I bump into a lot. That again, this one got a lot chunkier than I had planned. This is a vellum envelope that we made on camera. I did some texture paste stenciling, and then I hand painted all those raised bits with some black paint. I really love it. She inspired herself every day with the magic of flowers. And then we've got a couple bits in here. So this is just a card, and then that goes behind, and then this tag, which I absolutely adore, is going to go into the vellum part of the pocket. So it's a double pocket so that you can see some of that beauty through the pocket. Some ledger paper. I believe I got this from Vanessa Clemens. And I did some stenciling on the other side of that just to bring, again, some minimalistic mixed media for this chunky journal. Got a couple of cards here that are going to be great for writing space, so that's fun. A lot of the things I do at the end are just really getting just some really kind of plainer pieces stuck into the pockets. I did stamp that little dress form there. Thought that was really pretty. And then we've got a couple other journal cards, and then a belly band. It will never rain roses. It will never rain roses. When we want to have more roses, we must plant more trees. I love that. This is the wraparound belly band. So this unhooks here, and then it goes like this, and then we've got a waterfall element here. This is on my channel. You should find it in the Sweet Yvonne Journal playlist. Most of these things I did on camera, so you can check that out. I'm not going to link everything here. It's a lot. The other half of that vellum, the other half of the coffee dyed paper. This is a flip down writing space, so it's connected to the page with a paper clip. So I'm just going to no, it's not. This is the one that's broken. Okay, so this cannot be opened all the way. So it goes like that. It's supposed to open all the way, but because of the way I glued it, I can't. So what she's going to have to do is, I don't know, she's going to want to fold this down and bend that so that it'll lay flat. I'm not sure. I'm going to let her decide that. She may decide to cut it completely off and figure out another way to use it. Again, once it was glued in, I could not undo it. So this actually comes off, and this is a flip down writing space. It's kind of hard to see all on camera, stuffed full of goodies. And let's get this back on. This was tricky. Let me get that on there. Oh, wait a minute, wrong way. There we go. Okay, so that's that. So it's really a delightful piece, and I'm thinking that it could just be bent back like that, but I'm not sure, and I don't want to mess with it. So this side is also stuffed full, and then we've got a belly band over here with a bunch of big cards to write on. And so my apologies, Yvonne, for that. And then I had to cover up I had to staple it on because it was so heavy. So then I just covered that over with this little pink lace. The other half of that vellum paper, some writing space, and that is the end of the first signature. So second signature, and you can see here in a normal process, I like that big space, not only because it allows for this expansion within the signature, but if this wasn't so thickish, I would be able to put an external piece in the middle here, which I often do. But this journal is too chunky. So we've got this piece is something I also did on video. Let's see if I can get this off. Goodness gracious. Oh, it doesn't come off. I was just using the paper clip to hold it closed. So this is a piece that opens up like this. So you've got writing space here and here. And it's got a pocket, a belly band, and a pocket with a cute little card in there as well. Why are you not releasing? There we go. So that's super fun as well. So this paper clip is just to hold that closed. This is another seamless pocket. One of my favorite images from Ruby and Pearl. Love it. And a couple of cards there. I have to make this all neat and tidy before I take it to the post office. I have no idea how it's going to go. I feel sometimes people in the States are not very friendly when you go ask for help. So I'm praying that somebody will be kind to me and help me figure out what I need to do. But hopefully doing that today. Just added last minute, added a pocket because I wanted to add something on that page. Very low profile, not very thick at all. I have a punch that does this effect, which I really love. It does make it a little bit flimsy, but it's tucked into the journal. It should not be too affected. This is one half of another one of the ledger pages. I just put this image on here. We've got an image in the pocket as well. Then we've got this, again, that's the butterfly punch there, edge punch. And then we've got this one, which actually, this is a belly band. So this slides out like that, and the belly band is actually glued down like so. So then these are able to fit in there underneath the vellum overlay. And then this is a writing space, just a little booklet. Super fun. So that goes back in the belly band, hopefully without too much difficulty. Come on, belly band right there. Here we go. Oh, and then it's not embossed. It's a die cut. So all this bit here that you see, I actually die cut this top layer, so you get all this beautiful bit. Now it is a little bit rough here. She may want to get a little bit of glue and pop that in there so it doesn't get damaged. So yeah, you know, not all things are necessarily the best the way they're made because they do take some wear and tear, but it's a beautiful effect nonetheless. So this is another page from Ruby and Pearl. And then we've got another one of these. I did put this paper clip on the bottom to hold things closed because I couldn't put it on the side because of the lace. I believe this is another one of those that folds out and there's writing space on the back. Another piece of vellum. I did stick this in here because I wanted her to have that bit of mixed media. I didn't do anything else with it. I just left it as is. She could stuff something in there if she wanted to, but I wanted her to have that original piece. Another bit of writing space, vellum. This is another one of those gatefold pockets that's an accordion pocket, so that's pretty nice and roomy. It is a tuck, so it's it's glued on this side and the bottom. And then this one, I'm not a huge fan of the way that I did this closure, but I did do it on camera. It was the one I wanted for to go in. I wanted to go in her journal. So basically it does undo there. You don't have to undo it at the top because everything slides out the side as well. So we've got that beautiful image in the inside of the window and another card on the inside. Didn't work out. I had some others that worked out a little bit better, but it's the same on this side. So super fun. and another writing space, vellum. This is a magnetic paper clip, so it just pops off and it is magnetized. We've got a pocket on this side with 2 little tags or journal cards, and then a pocket and the same on the back. So those are always fun. Paper clips are really nice because they allow you to be very creative without creating a lot of bulk. There's not a lot of bulk to that at all. And there we go. So that's the other side of that. More vellum. I did introduce this pocket. It was actually an envelope, but again, I wanted her to have the original because this was one of the very early things I created for the journal. I did embossing and ink and all. This was a napkin and just absolute beautiful, beautiful to work with. I did have to reinforce the back because the envelope was pretty thin once it got cut through because of the embossing. Another card that I made, or tag. It takes as long as it takes. Be gentle with yourself. Love that image so much. And then this is a vintage music paper from my stash. And the other half of that, we've got a belly band here with a couple of cards, just a simple belly band, nothing too elaborate. And then that's just a plain page, one side of the ledger paper from Vanessa. And more writing space. This is another one that I made. This was a pocket cluster. I absolutely love this. So we've got a little bit of layering here, a little bit of book page there, and then this beautiful image. And then she's got some things that tuck in there. So that's what she looks like when she's not stuffed full there. And that image again, I just love that butterfly so much. This one is, I'm not going to open it, but it does have all these things that pop out. I think this one, I made a mistake because I think these other cards have to be upside down. Nope, they're not. So it's double. So these are all attached. So this is one piece of ephemera, and it comes around and ties over the top, and then but you can release the pieces from either side, so that's pretty nifty. Again, pretty low profile way to get some beautiful ephemera in your journal. This is just a simple pocket. I think it's the other half of something, or no, what is this? Oh, this was an external piece I put in. Oh, so this is it. So it was a center spread, a piece of ephemera. So you've got, this is actually a full piece of paper, made a pocket here, stuffed some beautiful things in there. The birds are absolutely gorgeous. Look at those. And then we've got the belly band. So again, it takes me, I forget easily. So we're on to the third signature. Love, love, love this paper so much. We've got another, this is that same thing where we've got the waterfall effect. There's 3 layers of it. And then over here, it fastens here so that can be released and opened on the other side, like so. Very, very fun. I loved that project very much. And then we, of course, have the belly band effect over here. I think, yeah, this is the one that's upside down. So when I put my tabs on, I glued them on the wrong side. So I don't think it's a big deal. For the most part, doesn't bother me. I hope it doesn't bother her. Again, perfection is not at play in the studio. Another piece of vellum. This is also from Chapter 1 Papers. I believe it's their vintage lace kit or lace kit. And then we've got that. I did have to remove this signature twice because this page was upside down and I didn't want to leave it like that. So I did have to remove it, and that worked out fine. This is another edge punch I have that I completely forgot about. Love it. I love how these pages tied together. This is a piece of my own coffee dyed paper where I also use some acrylic ink. It's a copy. It's not the original. And so then we've got this pink bit. We've got a couple of seaside photos in there. Oh, those are the exact same thing. I did not plan that. I might have to replace that. Didn't realize they were the same. So then we've got this one that's just a little pocket with a couple of bits in it. This is I can't remember what these are called, but they're from Ruby and Pearl. They're a long strip of different images all put together. Vellum, another piece of coffee dyed paper. And this is the same as that other one I showed you, so it opens up. It's all one piece. This is the front piece. We've got beautiful cards that tuck in here. If you flip it over, you've got more that you've got another one that flips that's under this side, and then you've got a pocket over here stuffed full. This is that file folder video that I did recently where I watched over on Kentucky Crafter. And so I had an extra one that I made as a sample, so I decided it fit perfectly in this journal, and then I just stuffed it full of a bunch of extra just plain old tags and journal cards that I had cut out for this project. So there we go. And then why is that so thick? So thick. I guess because this is file folder, so it's pretty durable and hefty. This is another mixed media bit. I wanted to make sure got in her journal. That was a priority. It's just a pocket here. I did not put anything in it because the journal's stuffed full. And then I created this little cluster here and kind of matched that up. And you will always love me, won't you? Yes. And the rain won't make any difference. No. Love that. More of the vellum, the other half of that other page. Really beautiful imagery and collaging there. This is an old, I just pulled my stash of clusters out, and I thought that one fit perfectly for this journal. It's not a tuck or anything. It's just glued on there for decoration. And then we've got the other half of that page. And then this is another one of those magic pull tab things. So basically, let's find the end of it. It's right here, so it's long with a little bit of, sorry, hard to hold it open, a little bit of a dangly bit there. And again, you pull this and that card will pop out, and then you just shove it back down in there and it will shorten that string again. So I left that top one really tall or long because I wanted it to hang out over the top of the journal. Again, this is on my channel, the tutorial for that, but you can also check out which craft do you do, because that's where the inspiration came from. I've done them a few times. So we've got a couple of beautiful cards in here, and we've got the other half of this. This is one of my favorite pages as well, just left there for decorative purposes. The vellum can be written on. This one I probably wouldn't write on because it's already got text on it, but it's just that fun textile. It makes that great sound that we all love. This is a corner hugger, or a paper clip corner hugger. So it's on there very secure, so you can stuff stuff under there and it holds really well. So that's really nifty. And then the other side is also decorated, which is why I love it so much. I thought that worked pretty well with that image. Another half of that other digital. And then we've got another one of those pockets here. Now, I will tell you, Yvonne, I know you'll be watching, I did not protect this very well, so my glue stuff stuck together, but it's all functional. It's just got a couple places that are white, so my apologies for that. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. And I love that. That's from William Shakespeare. These flowers are from Sweet Pea Curiosities, mixed media flowers. So that is it for the flip through. I mean, I hope that she loves it. I hope that I don't have too much difficulty getting it mailed, because I am also going to try to send her a mixed media piece as well. And then I've got a bunch of goodies I want to give to her. So I'm hoping that it goes okay. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're inspired. I hope that you find things in this journal that that you'd like to try. And again, maybe I'll try to remember to link the playlist for the Sweet Yvonne Journal so that you can just click on that and goes directly there. Pretty much everything I made in this journal is in that playlist. So I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.